So, how's it guys? Hope you guys are doing great. Today I'll be doing a quick painting process video just to walk you through how I paint digitally. So for me, I'm actually relatively new to digital art, probably doing it for like 3-4 months, but I'm getting better as time goes on. But I'm definitely not great at it. So the only reason I'm doing this video is just to kind of I guess share how I do things, and if there's any tips, tricks, you guys can leave in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as you can tell from the title, I'm painting Saeko from Haikyuu. And before I start actually sketching anything, I went over to Pinterest to look for a reference for my pose. So I wanted something kind of natural, kind of like just a standing pose, but having a little bit of a feel to it, having a little bit of an energy to it. So I found something that looked pretty good, and all I did first was I just drew over it and had construction lines for it, and so I used those construction lines as a reference for me to sketch. As you can tell, I sketched on a piece of paper rather than digitally, because I actually don't like sketching digitally. It just feels odd for me. So what I did was just I broke down the pose to make it so much more easier for me to absorb, I guess. And I just took a piece of paper and a pencil and just sketched it out using the construction lines that I made as reference. So after that, I just took a picture of my sketch, put it over over to my iPad, and I just started doing the line art, as you can tell. So I ended up removing the bucket hat because I wanted to show the hair a little bit more. But other than that, I kept everything pretty much similar. Obviously, some parts don't look exactly the same because I did just sketch on paper, and the pose is a little bit different, but still relatively similar overall. You know, there's not a huge difference to the point where you can tell hey, that don't look the same at all. So at this point, what I'm doing is I'm just blocking the main colors, just no shading, just putting it down simply, just to have little landmarks of the colors, I guess. And I did end up changing the white flannel to this red flannel because I feel like it fits with the overall color aesthetic a little bit better. Still, I enjoy that oversized flannel look, so I'm just keeping it that way. So at this point, I'm just throwing some simple shading over the top of the base colors that I just made. Just quite simply, not really giving too much care. Just to kind of block in the shadows and a little bit of the shading. And then later on, I'll try to get into the details a little bit more. Not too much because the overall piece is relatively simple. So what I'm doing now is, since jeans and denim, they kind of have these kind of gritty textures to it. It's not completely smooth if you got chinos or slacks, it'll be smooth, but jeans, they kind of have this texture. So I use this textured brush, I'm not really sure what it's called. I just added some texture, layered it over the top, and it looks kind of good. And also, as you can see, I'm doing a pattern for the flannel because I thought the plain flannel just kind of looked boring, so I wanted a pattern for it. So I just kind of made this pattern off the reference, and I think it looks actually pretty good the way it turned out. So this is the final result. I'd say it turned out pretty good. This is probably the first digital piece that I'm actually proud of, because before this, as you can tell from my Instagram, links in the description, that a lot of the digital paintings that I've made, the style was just kind of all over the place. There's no coherence, you know, and that's because I was just playing with different styles, trying to find something that I actually like. And this is the first time I'm actually, you know, kind of content with what I've made. So I think I'm gonna be pushing this style in the future. But yeah, that'll be pretty much it. If there's any questions you want to leave down in the comments, feel free to do so. And if you have any tips for, you know, me, because I'm still not quite there yet, you can also leave them in the comments below. So that'll be it for me today. Hope you have a great day or a great night. And I'll see you soon.